and we're live on Spotify and on YouTube. And you can search us by Googling the First Inning Radio Show, and you'll be able to listen to any platform you're able to listen to on. And you can also find all our stuff here on YouTube as well with the First Inning Radio Show. And also, actually, before we start the show, sad news about Regis Philbin. Regis Philbin passed away, and he was a hell of a Yankee fan and New Yorker. So, want to say rest in peace to Regis Philbin, and that's about it. And we're gonna talk about how this season has begun and what's it gonna go to get through it. So, I'm the BX Bomber, and I'm along with Roger, the big Yankee fan. Say hello, Roger.
Hello, good morning, BX Bomber. We are on about a day late. We had a little bit of scheduling difficulties yesterday, but we're on this morning, and the season is underway, and the season still looks rather precarious with this COVID-19 situation that is happening now. It's very serious, and it looks like they are going to have to do some major maneuvering and really deal with some major protocols in order to get the season all finished.
Well, you got to understand as well. That's the reason why they made all those protocols with the CDC and everything like that to make sure, everything had a plan just in case if these sort of things would happen. You know,
Right,
so they already have contingencies planned already set up for these types of things. That's why
yeah,
teams are asking MLB not to minimize the roster to 28 and to keep it at 30. You know what I mean? Just in case players get sick. And also just in case players do get sick, they should have more people than that, just in case. Maybe they might not be on the roster, but if somebody gets sick, they're able to be on the roster. You know what I mean? Just in case if something happens. But other than that,
yes,
they got
I
a
believe they have a total of 60 players that they can pull from that they're keeping down in the minor league camp, and they have a pool of 60 players because the Major League Baseball minor league team's season has been canceled. So they have a pool of about 60 players, I believe.
well right now, because of that, they Major League Baseball and Rob Manfred, they issued like how you say coronavirus protocol compliance officers. So
I
they're gonna
see.
have these guys going around like I guess like cops or something like that. Just to say, to make sure these guys are doing the right thing and making sure people are following protocol, which really they aren't really following protocol because they're still chewing gum, they're still spitting tobacco, they're still high fiving and everything. So it's really not taken seriously in my opinion. You know, and I don't know if you heard this thing.
Right, they are not. What?
I don't know if you heard this as well. Because of all that as well, and because of the amount of double headers that are gonna go on now, they want to do 7 inning, a double header in 7 innings. So I think they're gonna play one game, the original game at 9 innings, and then the makeup game with 7 innings. If that makes sense.
I see. Yes, I understand. And what has happened is the Yankees have gotten off to a very nice start here. And what happened is the Yankees opened the season with a 4-1 win over the Nationals. And Cole dominated that in that game, allowing a solo home run to Adam Eaton in the first inning. But John Carlos Stanton blasted a major home run, and Judge ripped a double to score Wade, and then the rain came in the sixth inning to cancel that game out. But that was a strong 4-1 Yankees win to start the season.
Yeah, and talk about the Nationals. Soto. Um, he had tested positive for the virus, and now, um, the state of well, the state, then they're not really a state, but Washington D.C., the capital, won't let Soto travel because of the contamination. So he's gonna have to get some clearance to return to the Nationals somehow. If that's possible.
I know it's very heavy duty, very heavy duty. And in that second game against the Nationals, that was a tough loss for the Yankees. What happened in that game was the Yankees lost 9-2, and James Paxton really struggled. He threw just 41 pitches and gave up 3 runs and 5 hits, and then Michael King came in to relieve him. But Stanton homered again, another mammoth blast in the fourth inning. And King did falter in the fourth inning, giving up a 2-run homer to Hansel Robles. And the Yankees were unable to take advantage of the Nationals' shoddy defense. But the Nationals did score 9 runs on the Yankees, and the Yankees lost that second game 9-2. And then in the final third game, the Yankees had a strong 3-2 victory over the Nationals.
And now fast forward to now that they had to postpone the games with the Phillies and everything, and they had to play last night against the Orioles, right?
Yeah.
And well, what people are saying now is that there's a thing going on with Gary Sanchez there. He's 0 for 14, and people are going crazy about it. On the check-in, I just want to say hello to Bryson and hello to Theo. Good morning,
Oh,
guys,
hello,
and
Bryson. Hello, Theo. Good morning.
hopefully Michael will show up, and he's and we missing a few other people too. So hopefully they but yeah, man, we talking baseball. Opening night will be Friday at Yankee Stadium against the Red Sox, so that's gonna be fun too. You know?
Yes, that'll be tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow. Yes,
Yeah. What
and then
time is
what?
the first pitch?
I would imagine I didn't. Let me see the schedule here. Let's see what I can find here. Oh, I don't have the schedule up right now. I would assume it will probably be on a Friday at 7:05 in the evening.
Oh, it's 7:07, right? August 1st, 7:07.
Right, 7:07, or Friday, August, July 31st is Friday.
Yeah, because it messes me up because like the Yes Network, they want to do their own telecast and they make it sound like first pitch is at 6 o'clock or something like that, and you turn on and they're only batting practice. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Some of the
yeah.
stuff, but there's basically baseball all day. It's like triple headers going on every day. You know what I mean? This
Oh, you
is
can't
like
complain now.
postseason. Yeah, it's like postseason baseball right now.
Right.
Where you get like these triple headers, going on and stuff like that. But there's
Oh yeah.
so now the Yankees have 25 games to look forward to in August, right? And there's 25 games left in September, so there's 50 games left, which is sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. You know what I mean?
No,
And
no.
what's good about it is hopefully we can beat the Red Sox again today, because they're gonna play 2 games against the Red Sox. You know
The
what I mean?
Orioles today. The Orioles again tonight
Right.
against the Orioles,
So hopefully they
and
can win
then Red Sox
today.
over the weekend.
Right. So there's 2 games against the Red Sox. I think they could win those games as well, because the Red Sox ain't really got much, even though they've been beating up on the Mets lately. You know what I mean? But and then they gotta play Baltimore again for 1 game, right? After that, that's on Monday, or I mean Sunday, Friday, Saturday, yeah, Sunday. They play the Orioles for 1 game, and then they have to go to Tampa to play the Rays, right? And that's where it could get tricky, because
Right.
now you don't really know if the Yankees could be flying into the coronavirus path, because they got to take the plane, I think, down there or whatever they have to do. So,
Oh, to Florida, yeah,
so it's going to be thing. Oh, so it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against Baltimore. And,
against the Red Sox.
right. And then I guess they have Monday off. and it's Tuesday against Orioles for one game, and then they got to play the Red Sox for the rest of the
Yeah,
week.
let's see. Tonight is Thursday, July 30th. They will be playing the Orioles. Tomorrow, Friday, against the Boston Red Sox, and then Saturday and Sunday against the Boston Red Sox. And then on this schedule, they have 2 days that are not scheduled, but I think they would be the makeup games against the Phillies. The Phillies would come into Yankee Stadium on August 3rd and August 4th to make up those games, and then they will have the one game against the Orioles on Wednesday, August 5th, and then they will play 4 games. They're going to try to play 4 games in 3 days against the Tampa Bay Rays from the
Right.
6th through the 9th.
So they're gonna have to play those double headers against Philly in September. Then I guess do they play them? Let me see. Do they play them in September? They don't. They don't play
Well,
the
as of
Phillies.
right now, after the Red Sox come in, then on August 3rd, Monday, and Tuesday, August 4th, the Phillies will be at Yankee Stadium. And that will be the makeup of the games. They will be having
See, I
them
don't have that
again.
on my schedule. My schedule is different. On ESPN, it's telling me that the Orioles will be there on the 5th, so they have one day off,
Yeah,
right?
right. But
So they're
because
gonna
of the
so they're gonna
maybe what
play
we
the
better
Phillies.
explain, right? What we better explain is what has happened here to cause the confusion. What happened is after the Yankees took 2 out of 3 from the Washington Nationals, they were scheduled to play the Phillies, but the Florida Marlins were playing the Phillies, and the Florida Marlins had a major outbreak of COVID-19, where up to 17 members of the Marlins contracted COVID-19 and tested positive, which messed up the schedule, and the Yankees canceled their 2 games against the Phillies as of right now and changed their schedule all around. Where they were originally scheduled to play at Yankee Stadium yesterday, they instead flew to Baltimore, because also the Marlins are off the schedule until Monday. So the Marlins are on pause, and this has messed the schedule up a bit.
Okay, so I got the right schedule now. I went to MLB. ESPN is showing a totally different one, but yeah, it's Monday and Tuesday off. Thanks to Theo mentioning that, and it's Wednesday against
Yes,
Boston at 7:30.
but the Phillies are coming in on Monday and Tuesday.
Right. So they're gonna play at Yankee Stadium.
Yes.
Okay. So now they're gonna have a long stretch against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay, I believe, is in what, second place or something like that. Too.
Yes, Tampa Bay is doing quite well. The Yankees are at 3 wins and 1 loss right now, and Tampa Bay, I think, is at 4-2 as of
Well,
right now, because the Yankees are a couple games behind.
yeah. Well, according
Uh,
according to the standings, they have the Yankees at first place with 3-1, and Tampa Bay with 4-2, and Toronto's 3-3, and Baltimore is 2-2, and Boston is 2-4. Okay,
right.
because I guess because of the games we missed, they already have us 3 games up. You know what I mean?
Yes, they're going by winning percentage.
So or how many games was it against the Phillies? 2 in Philadelphia and 3 in Yankee Stadium.
The schedule up to this point will be that 2 games were canceled in Philadelphia because of the Marlins situation with the COVID-19.
Right, and it
And
was
then they played the 2 games in Baltimore. They're coming home over the weekend, starting tomorrow, for 3 games against Boston, and then Monday, August 3rd, and Tuesday, August 4th, Philadelphia will come into Yankee Stadium.
right, but it was originally 4 games with the Phillies. So I guess
Right.
those 2 days are gonna be double headers then.
I don't know yet
That's
exactly
my
how they
question.
plan on doing. Yeah,
So
I don't know. I
so
don't
Monday and
know
Tuesday,
everything. This is
Monday and Tuesday should be a double header against uh the Philly, because how else they gonna get those games in? Unless they play one doubleheader and one regular game, and then the next time, I don't even think they see each other again, though. That's the thing.
They're going to have to go back to Philadelphia at some point this year.
You know what I mean? So they don't even see each other again. So they're gonna have to make up these 4 games at a doubleheader.
Yeah, as of right now, they're not scheduled to be double headers. This whole thing with everything happening with this horrible year in all aspects of everything, very horrible things are happening. But in baseball, this is a work in progress, and the season is very precarious. And they have to be very malleable. They have to be able to adjust quickly because there can be all kinds of outbreaks and all kinds of things can happen, so they have to be able to change the schedule at the drop of a hat, and that is what is causing confusion right now.
I have 2 scenarios that can happen. One scenario is they played a doubleheader on those two days, which is absolutely outrageous to do. Or what they'll do is they'll play they'll play the 2 games, make it one doubleheader, and then the one game that they play Baltimore, they won't play Baltimore. They'll play the Phillies again for one game. Because the Yankees already played 2 games extra against Baltimore now. You see what I mean? So they're gonna have to take 2 days off of Baltimore's schedule and give it to them. 2 days. If they do it like
Right? They're
that.
going to have to. They're going to have to do major rearranging.
You know what I mean? So those games that it was what, Baltimore and the Marlins too, they were supposed to play a few games too together. So they're gonna have to play the
Mhm.
Marlins on that day they swap, right? That one game, if they want to do it that way, that one day they swap. They don't play Baltimore, they play Philly, and Baltimore play the Marlins for one game or doubleheader, whatever they have to do. That seems like the way to go.
It's almost impossible to figure out right now. We're just going to have to see day by day how they do it, because of this whole thing with the Marlins and 17 members of the Marlins breaking out with COVID-19. All things are changed. As a matter of fact, the Toronto Blue Jays opened their home season against the Washington Nationals because the Marlins are not playing, and they played in Washington, but the Blue Jays were considered the home team. So the Nationals even had to change to play the Blue Jays now at this point because they were scheduled to go down and see the Marlins. So it's a big mess. It's a big mess. They're having to rearrange and change everything around, and I don't think this will be the end of it. That's just going to be an ongoing situation for this short season.
And the thing is too that in Miami, that those are the biggest numbers of corona cases going on too, as well.
Yes, the epicenter of the world right now is in Florida.
It used to be in New York. Now it's shifted down to Florida because they were too ignorant to listen to what we were doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And how many times you seen videos or whatever? Even when it all began, as soon as it got really hot for people to go to the beach, right? How many people have you seen at the beach in Florida with no mask on and no social distancing, throwing parties and all that stuff? And it's getting crazy, man. That's the reason why it's spreading. Good thing now they're working on a cure now, which could be distributed throughout the people soon.
Right. They may have something that may alleviate the illness where people will not feel as sick. And as far as a vaccine is concerned, I will be rather apprehensive about taking any vaccine that is rushed to production. I'm going to have to do a lot of research before I take some sort of vaccine when it could potentially be dangerous. I mean, there is a lot of mistrust in this US government, and it's well earned. And I would have to do a lot of research before I rushed into taking some sort of vaccine that they just threw on the market very quickly.
Yeah, so you don't know how it could react to the human body and long-term effects as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, man, it sucks that now we've reached the plateau of the highest number of cases ever and deaths recorded ever. You know what I mean? So this is a supernatural thing, which is pretty much unbelievable to fathom. You know what I mean? Something out of a movie. You know?
Oh, yes, the United States is a laughing stock of the world, as of right now. I mean, with this government that we have and the reaction to COVID-19, we have this country has by far the most cases, and it is very the rest of the country does not even want Americans going to their country. Americans are banned from going to Europe. Americans are banned from going to Canada, and this country is rather pitiful. The rest of the world is as a combination of pitying the United States and laughing at them because
It's true.
this country is acting like a failed state.
It's true, man, because we should be number one in technology. I thought we was number one in technology and all that. Obviously we're not, because they let this little
No,
thing beat us. You know what I mean? So
right.
it's crazy, man. And what's crazy about it is too is that, like you said, nobody believes in the government or anything like that. So people are ignorant to what is going on. So they just go out and get themselves sick anyway. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Hmm.
you gotta listen to what they telling you, you know, and then decipher it for yourself. You know what I mean? So
You have to do research. There are so many sources now, with the internet and everything that people have to do research. They have to they have to understand if the information is reputable or if it sounds like a conspiracy theory. And people have to do a lot of research and compare and read and make the decisions for themselves.
yeah, I wouldn't even go on the internet and research nothing either, because you had a lot of guys saying to do the opposite, and people believe these people. You know, like there's this doctor, I forget his name, but he was going on shows telling people, oh, you don't have to wear a mask, that you'll get hypoxia and all that by wearing it, which is true if you wear it, you know, a certain amount of time. But if you properly wear the mask to protect yourself and take it on and off and stuff like that, just to protect yourself, you're gonna save yourself from anything. But people listen to that and say, oh, I'm not gonna wear no mask at all because I don't need it. You know what I mean? Which is not true. You know what I mean? That's like saying we're gonna build a boat, right? And now we get to the sanding part, right? And you know the sanding part got a lot of dust, right? That sanding part on the boat, when you start sanding the boat, the dust start kicking up anywhere. So you telling me you're not gonna wear a mask, right? It's the
Right.
same thing. It's the same thing. You telling me you're not gonna wear a mask while you do that? Now, when if you don't wear a mask, you're gonna clog up your nose. That stuff gets in your lungs, and then you end up dying of some type of crazy cancer from that stuff. You know what I mean? That ends up in your body. You know, so it's
Mask
always
will help to a certain extent. It will help to a certain extent, but the coronavirus is so small, so microscopic that, and it is aerosolic, which means it can actually be in the air. So the mask will protect for large droplets, but there is a certain amount of the aerosolic virus that will go through the mask. It would be the equivalent of building a chain link fence to stop mosquitoes. You follow what I mean?
yeah.
In other words, it is so small and microscopic that it will come through. So it will help to a certain extent, but it is not the magic bullet. It can be something that can be helpful. And also, as far as wearing it all the time or wearing it when people are exercising, you can't really do it because, as you said, you're breathing in a lot of carbon dioxide when you have the mask directly against your face, and that is unhealthy for long periods of time.
No, it's true, but you have to, you know, use your own mind and use it the way is best for you to protect yourself. That's what people don't understand. It's like this,
Right.
you know. What do you think is better, you wearing a mask right? And somebody splashes bleach in your face or something like that. Let's just say that, right? And you're wearing a mask, right? Of course, that mask is not going to protect you from all that bleach, right? Of course, some of it might get inside, but it's going to protect you so it won't kill you, at least, right? Or
Yeah.
somebody throws a cup of bleach in your face, let's say, and you have no mask on. And all that cup of bleach goes in your mouth and everything, you drink it, and you can end up fatally dying worse than if you had the mask on and it would have splashed against it and you just tasting it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like trying to like show you comparisons of what it's like. It's like just wear the mask,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? You're doing it for yourself. You know, but
It certainly does offer a certain amount of protection.
it gives you something. That's the point of it. That it gives you some
Right.
type of protect. It's not okay. It's not gonna right. It's not gonna protect you 100%, but at least it gives you the idea, and it gives you a peace of mind that yes, it could protect you at least,
Exactly.
and it doesn't let you live in fear of going to the store and catching something or getting sick by taking the train. You know what I mean? And you just have
Right.
to, adjust to it and go about your way of life, type of thing. You know, basically.
Exactly. Exactly. And also, yesterday, the Yankees had a strong victory over the Baltimore Orioles, as we were talking about. And Garrett Cole, he at one point retired 19 of 20 batters. A very strong start, but he was knocked out in the seventh inning, allowing three extra base hits, including a home run to Dwight Smith. And LeMahieu went 4 for 4 yesterday. And Stanton, Hicks, and LeMahieu all homered. And there were two catchers' interferences from the Oriole catcher Severino too.
Yeah, that was
It was
crazy.
sloppy. He was really getting beat.
That was crazy with those interferences. You saw him trying to cheat.
Right,
That's kind
right.
of
But it was a strong Yankees victory, 9-3 yesterday.
yeah, it sure was, man. But it's very rare that you see two catches interferences. They were saying the last time the Yankees had a catcher's interference was twice. Was when in 2015 with Jacoby Ellsbury, once in the first inning, and the second time in the ninth inning. There was two catches
Right.
interferences, but never back to back in a row. I don't think that ever happened. But that guy, he was reaching for that ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Severino is his name. Yes.
And
And also yesterday, Ricky Ricardo, who does the Spanish broadcast for the Yankee radio broadcast, Ricky Ricardo is his name. And he did a good job filling in for John Sterling yesterday with Susan Waldman. He called the game, the radio broadcast.
yeah, I heard, man. I heard he was feeling under the weather. Let me go back to explaining the catcher and why he was trying to do that. Right? I was trying to explain that real quick. Uh,
Yes.
the reason why he's reaching is because that pitcher, he's throwing balls. He's throwing the ball out of the strike zone. You see? So by moving up a little bit on the plate and by reaching for the ball, when he paints the corner, it'll make it look like a strike. You see what I'm saying? Instead of giving
Yeah.
it farther distance for it to fall farther away and make it look like a ball. So they get up close to the plate and try to paint it or frame it like they say, which man, that's tough to do. I know that catcher, he's burning. I don't think he's gonna play today. If he plays today, he's a strong dude, but I know his hand was hurting. I saw it in his face.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. That was pretty rough there. But thank goodness that the Yankees got off to a 3-1 record to begin, and they play again tonight in Baltimore. And tomorrow you might have a little bit of weather. I think they're expecting some light rain up in New York City tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be raining tomorrow, allegedly. Saturday is gonna be a good day, and rain again Sunday. You know,
Right,
and pop up
right.
showers today too. So it might be a pop up shower during the game today too. So let's see
Yeah,
what
we,
happens, but
we have a
hopefully
hot
not.
day down here in West Virginia as well. We have it's going to be 93 here today, and it's going to be 95 for you up there. So it's going to be a very hot day for you there,
Yeah, it's super hot, man. Real feel is about 100 degrees over here, 105.
right?
Especially in that train station, man. It's 110,
Yes, yes,
you know?
absolutely,
And then
absolutely.
what gets you sick is you're dying of the heat on the platform, right? And then you step onto a cold ass subway train. You know, now you're getting hypothermia because you've been sweating for like the last 10 minutes waiting for the train. And now you're pretty much dying, you know, until you get off. So man, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't.
This time last year, when we did our vlog for when the game was rained out against Tampa Bay, and we had the doubleheader the next day and met up with James, we had our little vlog by the tree in the park, and we were discussing the same thing about because at this time last year we had a major heat wave going on as well, and we did a vlog, and you were talking about the same thing as to the extreme heat, and then the temperature changing very quickly when you go into the subway car.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's
It's just
crazy. That's a killer, man. That's a killer, man. That's why you have to walk around with a towel or something like that. You know, dry yourself off before you get in there.
yes, that was
You know?
right, and carry water if you
Yeah.
can, have a little bag or something and carry some water. But otherwise, this is what's happening, and I think that this season is going to be a work in progress. They have the protocols as you were talking about, and they are going to have to follow the protocols. And it's good that they have some supervision over it now, because there was some a little bit of talk that some of the Marlins gone out when they were playing Atlanta, when they were playing in Atlanta, and some of them might have gone out and exposed themselves, and then they ended up getting the outbreak on the Marlins.
That's what happened. It had to be that. Something had to happen because if you're all together, you're not gonna get sick. You know what I mean? Because you guys are all together. So a team won't get sick if they're not exposed to the outside. Like the Yankees are doing it very well. They're living pretty much in a
Yes,
bubble. They eat together and do everything together. So they're not gonna get. So you can't contaminate each other that way. You know what I mean? It's only these
right.
outside people. So they're getting, you know, catered food to them and everything is done for them at the hotel or wherever they go. You know what I mean? So and they're pretty much focusing on baseball, which is great, you know?
Yes. Well, the Yankees are on a mission. As Michael Caputo, and both you and Michael Caputo are really pushing for them to win this COVID-19 World Series this year, and they seem to be very set with the idea of winning the World Series this year, and they are on a mission. So they are being as responsible as possible.
I mean, why not, right? Because and you can do it because it's only 2 more months left, right? It's only 2 months season, right? They got 50 games left, right? And you're gonna be all together, you know, and just treat it like one of those travel camps. You know what I mean? Like you go on a traveling camp and you got to play baseball, and they should just focus and live and breathe the baseball and treat it as a once in a lifetime experience. You know what I mean? Because that's really what it is.
Right.
This is once in a lifetime. You know what I mean? So they might as well embrace it. You know, and that's
See, the
really what.
Marlins are a young team. The Marlins are a young team. They had a couple guys act irresponsibly, and this is what you get. You end up with a breakout like that. You get a couple of young guys that decide you're going to be a bit irresponsible during a pandemic and go out and take some risks. And now the Marlins had the breakout, which really had put the baseball season in jeopardy. They had to change schedules around, and major talk was going on. So all it takes is for an outbreak on a team here or there. And as I said, the season is very precarious. They have to be as careful as possible, and it's going to be a work in progress.
Yeah, man. What's your take on the pitcher from the Dodgers, Kelly, throwing at the Astros? He was suspended
Oh
for
yeah,
8 games. How do you think about
Yes, I
that?
know. He threw at Alex Bregman. I don't know if he should have gotten 8 games because he threw behind Bregman and did not hit him. And there's animosity towards the Astros. And I did see the replay of it. I think 8 games is a little excessive.
Yeah, and then again, I don't know why the Dodgers is mad anyway because they blew those games against the Astros. You know what I mean?
Right,
The Yankees are the ones should be mad because we won all our games at home. You know what I
right.
mean? We won all our games at home against them. It's just that when we went over there, it was suspect. And then all of a sudden we can't even keep the ball in the ballpark. You know?
Right, right. And as far as Chapman is concerned, as far as the coronavirus, there's still no update. He tested positive in the early July, and there still is not an update on Chapman, from what I understand. Do you have an update on him?
No, there's no update, but he should be returning soon because it was a week after LeMayu or something like that, and now LeMayu's back already a week. So Chapman probably this maybe when the Yankees return to Yankee Stadium Friday, they'll probably give him a test again. Because remember, I think you have to test negative twice to return to
Right.
play. So he'll probably get tested when they return to Yankee Stadium, right? Because they have everything set up there. So on Friday, you're gonna see him get tested. I'm pretty sure of it. And then they're gonna wait and then test him again, probably Monday, and then he'll probably be back with the team by the middle of the week.
I hope so. That would be great. And as I said, I believe the Yankees are on a mission and they're behaving responsibly. And I think they look good for this year. I just it's very touch and go with the horrible pandemic that is broken out in the United States and around the world, and this is going to be hard to pull off. But I'm rooting for the season to go through and for the expanded playoffs to be played in October. And I'm really enjoying it. I remember you saying that they didn't have fans that maybe they shouldn't play at all. But I said we should take what we can get, and we'll see what happens a month or two from now if they allow a small amount capacity in the stadium. And in the meantime, I'm enjoying them on the TV, and I like the crowd noise that they're pumping into the stadium. It makes it almost seem like it's a regular game, and
Yeah.
I'm enjoying having it. We have to take what we can get right now.
No, absolutely, man. I totally agree. But the Yankees, man, they don't do nothing for the fans, man. Every other
Right.
stadium, every stadium, they got the cutout boards of the fans and all that. Yankee Stadium got nothing, right? Then,
No, they don't do anything.
no, they got nothing. And then MLB creates this app, right, to cheer, right, for your team,
Yeah, I heard about that.
right?
What happened?
It works. It works for every other team but the Yankees. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Yeah, it works for the Mets. It works for any other team but the Yankees. Every day I try, it does. All it says is the time of the game or whatever. Usually, when you go to any other team, it shows the logo in the background, and you just hit like cheer or boo, and you can hear it like get louder. It's like you're fighting with the other people. Like who could cheer louder than you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But the Yankees, you can't. If anybody who's watching this now, and if you're using this Cheers app, let me know if the Yankee Cheer app works. I doubt it. I truly
I
do.
checked on it. And I didn't even see anything about it. I even asked my sister, who's a bit better at technology than me, and she said no, it didn't even come up. So I just forgot about it. So the Yankees themselves are canceling out on it, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I really don't know where to find it on the app, right? But
Mhm.
what happens is like on Twitter or something like that. On Twitter mostly, they send a tweet. Oh, end up on the scoreboard or something like that, or cheer for the Yankees or whatever, blah blah blah, and they have a link for it. It's usually the same page, but I don't know how to find it on the actual app, which I'm trying to do it now, but I don't really know where the hell it is. But it doesn't work for the Yankees, man. It works for every other
Oh,
team but the Yankees. You know, and you can hear the, like, if you're pressing more boos, you know, you'll hear more boos over the sound system. You know,
oh, wow.
yeah, it depends on what the crowd is feeling. So if people are pressing more
Yeah,
boos, you hear more boos. If they're pressing more cheers, you hear more cheers. If you hear, or and you can clap too. You can clap, which is pretty cool.
right, right. I tend to be a clapper, and but otherwise, the Yankees are
Oh,
doing
I'm
pretty
sorry. Hold
well
on
to
a
begin
minute.
with.
Hold on a minute. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I found it. If you go to the MLB app, you go to the MLB app, and on the left of your phone, there's three dots, or maybe on the right of your phone, there's three dots at the top, and you hit those three dots, and you got to go down to sections. In sections, you'll find $1 million vote, Statcast leaders, prospect rankings, social clubhouse, MLB shop, and then you'll find cheer at the ballpark, right?
uh-huh.
And now when you get there, it tells you all the games that you're allowed to cheer for. So it tells you select your team from the participating games and let them hear you make some noise with our stadium sounds, right? But when you go to the Yankees, well, right now it doesn't work because they're not playing.
Right.
When you go there, you pick the game that you want to hear or see, whatever, right? So, for instance, it's Yankees and Orioles. You pick that, right? Then it maximizes open, and then it wants you to pick who you're gonna cheer for, the Yankees or the Orioles. So you pick the Yankees, right? And once you pick the Yankees, you can hit boo or cheer or whatever. But right now, since I have it on, it tells you the game starts at 7. But this is what it looks
I
like,
see.
you know. And then
I
you can.
see.
It's, I mean, right? It's supposed to work right now too, but it's not even on. Not even doing anything. But it doesn't even do anything. I'm lucky that I even got to.
I see.
I'm lucky that I even got to show you what it looks like on screen because you can't even get this far.
Wow. Wow, that is pretty good. If anyone could
And
figure that out, it would be Rex Bomber.
and also, if you notice down here, it says Yankee. Well, I don't think you can see it on screen. It's too small. Too small. But
Right.
right here it says Yankees, and here it says Baltimore. And when you go on the app, it tells you who has more fans in the cheer app at this moment. So right now, let's say it's a Yankee game, a Yankee Stadium, you'll have more Yankee fans in attendance. If you
I
can see that.
see.
You know, so you're fighting against them. You know? And you
All
can
right.
see, you know, cheers and claps, and you can see the cheers and the claps in the background. So you can see if you're winning or not or losing.
Wow. Oh, that sounds like it would be fun. That sounds like it'll be fun.
So that's the cell phone way. I don't know if you can go to the computer and do it, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find it the same way.
Right. Right. That sounds like it'll be fun. Maybe give it a try tonight.
Yeah, I've been trying it all the time. It doesn't work. Maybe I'll try it again. I didn't do it yesterday, or no, I didn't do it the last few games. It didn't work against the Nationals. It didn't work. I didn't try it
Right.
yesterday. I'll try it again today because it looks like it's up now. You know.
Right. So anyway, I think we've just about covered everything there is. We talked about the Marlins and the COVID-19 breakout. We've talked about the Yankee wins and the one loss and the scheduling changes. So I think we're in pretty good shape for today's show.
Yeah, man. Pretty much all you need to know is the Yankees are on a roll, man. And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know, that's all you need to know, man. We play today, we win today. That's it, and that's how it's gonna be.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Who takes the who takes the play of the game? It doesn't matter as long as we win. You know.
Right, right.
But yeah, I guess we'll end it here. It's been a great show, and we talked a lot about baseball and stuff like that. Taught everybody how to use the app and
Thank you to
everything.
all the guys, Kyle and everyone, and Bryson and everyone that takes interest in us.
Yeah, man. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the summer, man, because I've been busy going outside and doing all kind of stuff. So I don't even have time to look at my phone. So it is what it is, man. You know. So I would like to thank you for watching and sticking with us and all that stuff because we'll make more content, man. I wish baseball was back at 100%. You know what I mean? But until next year, I guess. You know. But so long, everybody, and see ya.
To take what we can get. Take care.
See ya.